Hello, my lovely friends. It's Tuesday, and I'm bringing you another layout. This one is a picture of my father holding London the day she was born. And I just decided to grab some of this Simple Stories Jen Hadfield collection called The Simple Life, and some die cuts with a view gilded paper, and make a layout. So I'm layering up the back of this photo with the Simple Stories, and then the background sheet there is from the Die Cuts with a View. And I even fussy cut out some letters from the cut-aparts from that gilded paper line, and I don't end up using those. Nor do I end up using that orange speech bubble. I don't really do well with speech bubbles. I think they look too, I don't know, whimsical maybe is what I'm thinking. I don't know. I've always struggled with their shape and them being on a page, and so I usually don't end up putting them on a layout. So I'm just going kind of mixed media here and adding some gesso to the back, and of course letting that dry completely before I go nuts with my shimmers and Heidi swap. And so I got that Wagner heat tool thinking that it would be more intense heat. And I guess for embossing or something like that, it is, and it's more effective, but I don't see a big difference in that one and the one I normally use. And it's kind of pricey, so I wouldn't suggest spending the money unless you're a stamper that does a lot of embossing. That's just my 2 cents. Anyway, I am using the Shimmers color Glorious Day, and it's just a lovely gold color, kind of a mustard yellow with gold fleck. And I'm going to add that, and it'll dry just a little bit more golden. For some reason on video it looks a little more yellow than golden. Oh, I guess I had a clogged Heidi Swap teal, so I just end up putting that direct on to my package there, and I'm just going to do the packaging technique. I kind of water it down because it is so intense, and so that is the purpose of me spritzing it with a little bit of water just to give it more of a soft look. I will let that dry as well, and then I'm going to come in and start embellishing. I do keep this page fairly simple compared to my normal heavy embellishing. And as you can see, I did back that craft cardstock with the Die Cuts with a View gilded paper. And it's just a lovely light craft with a golden triangle pattern. And I really wanted this to work. I thought it was a lovely sentiment, but I just couldn't make it work. Now the love and the wonder do stay, and I will find placement for them to the right of the picture. That's going to be the title, actually, Love and Wonder, because, you know, my dad was excited to have a new grandbaby, and it was wonderful. It was like new beginnings, and you could see the old and the new, I guess. It was a very happy, happy day. And that tag that says Happy Day is very appropriate, so I thought it would go well on the page as well. So I'm taking a bit of gold thread and backing an ampersand in cork. That's what I'm doing here. I'm just going to add that ampersand. I think that is from Studio Calico. The Wonder is from the Crepe Paper Wonder collection. And then the Love, I believe I cut out of that Simple Stories. And I'm going in with these diamonds. Now, I used to do more of, I don't know, like metal art and mixed media art. And I got these diamonds out of a wood set, and it's more like a pressed wood, but they're very thick, and I was going to throw them away because I really don't use them, but I decided why not use them on a layout. And so that's what these are. They're just really old, back when I was kind of getting messy and doing a lot of metal and mixed media. So I would add some wood elements here and there, and I would just like gesso all over them and, you know, spray them with shimmers or Lindsay Stamp Gang. I guess I was really into Lindsay Stamp Gang. And I would add metal elements. I'll have to do a video on that sometime. It's not really scrapbooking, but it's super fun. I wouldn't mind making one of those again. And so the word grandpa I end up having to glue down because it won't stick with that gesso. And that is from a line that I got from Maggie Milo back when she had her store. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it was very male oriented. It was all about dads and guys and grandpas and stuff like that. So I will bring in some Studio Calico. I call them asterisks, but they're kind of like vintage stars. They remind me of the 1960s, like you'd go to the Galaxy Drive-In and they'd have these little vintage stars. Oh, that is the date that I put on there. That's just a little sticker with the date, and that's from a Simple Stories sticker set. And here's those little stars that I brought in, and I will glue those down. I think I finish it up by just splattering a little bit more of that Glorious Day around the page, and that completes the layout. So I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's not my typical, but I want to like get some of my dad's older photos into my albums, and so I like the way it turned out. I guess I'm just distressing the edges here to give it more of a vintage look. Add a little bit of dimension. And then that should wrap it up. I do have still pictures at the end and information on my social media if you'd like to look me up on Pinterest or Instagram. Oh, and I know I was going to ask for my regular subbies, or for any newcomers, I'm curious what kind of products you would like to see. Something that's new and different, or something that's emerging that maybe I don't know about. Bab and I are kind of thinking about launching into some products, possibly an Etsy store or an e-commerce store, and we want to do something unusual and unique. So leave a comment below and tell me what you'd like to see in the scrapbook world. I would love to be able to make products and maybe monthly kits at some point, but I'm going to start out small, and if it's successful, and it's just going to start out like some small embellishments, and we can work our way up to kits and monthly subscriptions, things like that. But yeah, we're seriously wanting to take a go of it, and so we're starting the initial questions and phase and logos and names and that sort of thing. So I would love any suggestions that you have. I appreciate you watching, and I will talk to you soon. Ta-ta for now. Bye.